Hey there, curious minds. Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're tackling the big one, the web development roadmap for 2025. Think of it as your cheat sheet if you're wondering, where do I even start? What skills actually matter? Okay, let's unpack this.
Absolutely. Our mission here is to kind of distill everything we've researched,
Mhm.
pull out the most important nuggets. We want to give you a clear step-by-step path to becoming a well-informed web developer for today's world.
That sounds perfect. Exactly what's needed. So, okay, starting point, the absolute basics. Our sources really stress understanding how the internet actually works before coding. Is that like truly essential up front? Or can you just jump in?
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? So many people try to skip this bit, but then they hit frustrating roadblocks later. Debugging, deployment, network errors, nightmare. Understanding things like server, client, how websites load, the difference between front and back end. It's your bedrock, honestly. Prevents so many headaches, like knowing engines before driving.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Build the foundation first.
hmm
So once that's kind of clicking, what about the first code, the actual languages? Are we still talking those essential three?
We are, absolutely. Our findings are pretty clear. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, that's your trinity. HTML gives you the structure, the bones. CSS makes it look good, the styling. And JavaScript, that's the interactivity, makes things happen. The advice is definitely start small. Build a landing page, a calculator maybe, and don't be afraid to copy and learn. It's encouraged, actually. No need to reinvent things day one.
Right, start small, learn by doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got the languages. What about the actual tools developers use every day? What makes you work like a real developer?
Ah, tools. Yeah, crucial for efficiency. Think VS Code, that's your main workbench, your code editor,
Yeah.
super powerful. Then Chrome DevTools,
Hmm.
essential, like X-ray vision for your websites, debugging, inspecting, all that. And GitHub. Learn these early, seriously. Version control, collaboration saves you so much pain. It's like a time machine for your code.
Got it. VS Code, DevTools, Git. Makes sense. Now, JavaScript seems key, but it's changed a lot. What's modern JavaScript really mean for someone starting in 2025, beyond just the basics?
Good question. So after the fundamentals, modern JS is the next big leap. It really is the backbone now. We're talking ES6 plus features like arrow functions, light and const for variables, cleaner code, but the real game changer, handling asynchronous stuff, things that don't happen instantly. That's where async await and promises come in. They make fetching data, talking to servers way more manageable. And of course, DOM manipulation, changing what the user sees and making API requests to get dynamic data. That's huge.
Okay, so modern JS gives you that dynamic power. But for building complex UIs efficiently, frameworks come next, right?
Yeah.
What's leading the pack?
Yeah, frameworks are the next big step on the map. And for 2025, it's pretty clear. React. It's the most in-demand front-end framework. It helps you build complex stuff efficiently. Key things in React, components like reusable UI blocks, think Legos, then state and props for managing data, how info moves around, and hooks are essential in modern React. They let you tap into React features, manage state, side effects. Oh, and React Router for navigating between different views in your app. Good projects to practice. A blog, maybe a weather app, to-do list, standard but effective.
Right, React for the front end and building things. You mentioned projects. How critical is actually building stuff?
Oh, it's absolute critical, non-negotiable, really. Projects are your proof. They show you can apply the knowledge. It's your practical resume. Our sources say build a portfolio site, definitely. Maybe a notes app with local storage, or a blog using an API. And the key is finish them, then put them on GitHub or your own site, make them visible.
Makes sense. Show, don't just tell. What about going further, like full stack?
Exactly. That's an optional step, but a powerful boost for your skills. It means learning back-end stuff. So Node.js, maybe the Express framework for building servers, understanding databases too, like MongoDB or PostgreSQL for storing data. It's really about building and using REST APIs, making the front end and back end talk to each other, building the whole system.
Okay, building the whole system.
Yeah.
And once it's built, how do you get it out there? Deployment.
Deployment, yes, the final step. Got to make it live, shareable. For front-end only, Netlify or Vercel are amazing, super easy, often free to start. If you've got a full-stack app with a backend, then Render or Railway are great options. They handle the whole thing, lets anyone actually use your project.
So that covers the main path, but the field moves fast. What does leveling up look like after all this? What does this whole mean for you, the learner?
Yeah, continuous learning is vital. It never really stops. Our sources suggest things like learning TypeScript, adds type safety, makes code more robust, especially on bigger projects. Trying Next.js if you're into React for server-side rendering and other cool features. And exploring testing with tools like Jest, making sure your code actually works reliably. It's about staying curious, really. Adapting.
And there you have it. That's pretty much the web development roadmap for 2025, distilled down. It might seem like a mountain, but the key takeaway is you don't need it all at once. Start small, be consistent,